Hello and welcome to video number 3. Let's talk about highly searched keyword terms and how you can figure out what your main keyword is going to be, what your sub keywords are going to be. So one mistake that we see that many YouTubers make is simply making their own title and description. I mean, it's natural, right? But instead of deciding what you think will work, why not use what is already working and do some simple keyword research that's not going to take a lot of time, and this way you'll be able to have the right information that will help you rank on the right keywords. Now the big question is, well, how do I find these keywords? So the best way to find highly searched keyword terms is to look at the Google suggested keywords. And they are suggested for one reason, because they are used a lot. So let me show you how to find them and what they look like. Okay, so from analyzing the previous videos with the top 3 videos to kind of get an idea of what the titles were, what the descriptions were, if we look at the 3 and we refer back to this, the question is, what are the commonalities between the titles? Obviously the keyword Instant Pot, but we also notice that the top one and the third one, they all have the keyword beginners. So beginners in Instant Pot. Instant Pot for beginners, all right? So if we go back up here and we go to youtube.com and we type in Instant Pot, what do we get? So when you have a drop down like this is what we call the suggested keywords. And you'll see this in Amazon.com, you'll see this in Google.com and other major search engines. And what this is high demand and highly searched keyword terms. So in other words, if a lot of people are searching for these keywords, then they'll show up in the drop down menu. Right? So Instant Pot chicken happens to be a very highly searched term. And take a look at this. This one is related to Instant Pot chicken. So that means there's a lot of people searching for Instant Pot chicken. And that might be why this second video is ranked so high. Let's scroll down and take a look. So as we're scrolling down, I also want you to kind of keep an eye on the thumbnails, because the thumbnails are key. So we got top 6 easiest things to cook in your Instant Pot. And I'll say, as an Instant Pot user, I really didn't know what recipes were out there that would fit the Instant Pot. Because the Instant Pot, the way it cooks is it pressurizes the food, and you need a little bit of liquid inside it to pressurize. So what I was doing is I was looking for recipes that were specifically made for the Instant Pot. So a lot of these people that are coming here, they don't know. They're just looking for recipes. So the 30 Instant Pot recipes gives people an idea. Oh, okay, I've got 30 recipes that I can pick and choose from. So if you scroll down, it says Instant Pot Ultra. All right. So if we go back here, so Instant Pot chicken is definitely a top one. Instant Pot spaghetti, how to use an Instant Pot. Instant Pot cheesecake, yogurt, pho, beef stew, whole chicken, rice, and Instant Pot pot roast. So these are highly searched keywords. Now let's hop over to Google and see what we get. Do we get the same thing? Do we get something different? So if you go to Google and you type in the same thing, Instant Pot, we can see that we've got Instant Pot recipes, Instant Pot chicken. So notice that the chicken and the roast beef, or the pot roast, seem to appear both in Google and in YouTube. So whenever you see that, that's a good sign, because you got to understand, people searching in YouTube are very different than people searching in Google. They don't show the exact same thing. But if they do, that gives you an idea that if you rank on that term, that you will be able to get traffic from Google and YouTube. Okay, so let's go back here. So Instant Pot chicken. So let's just do a search and see what we get. So another place to find the Google suggested keyword terms is to scroll all the way down to the bottom. So there we go. So Instant Pot recipe. Now these are specifics, all right? These are searches related to Instant Pot. So people are looking to buy Instant Pot Amazon. So let's just type in Instant Pot chicken and see what else we get. So if you notice when we type Instant Pot chicken, it gives you a more detailed view of the other keywords that are related. So for example, Instant Pot chicken recipes, chicken rice, chicken noodle soup, chicken thighs, chicken bog, chicken breast recipes, chicken wings, and chicken and dumplings. So let's go over here and see what we get. So Instant Pot chicken recipe, wings, noodle, biryani, thighs. So a lot of these are actually appearing that are the same. Okay, so moving on here, we've got Instant Pot chicken. Now let's take a look at what we have here. So what I would do is I would do the same thing, the competitive research. Now, if you notice here, the Six Sisters stuff, it's a different video, but it's a similar video. Now this video is different. This lady is the same. And that's another thing. So if you rank high on the main keyword, then you could potentially rank on the other smaller keywords as well. So that gives you an idea of what content to create and what keywords to target. So we could potentially make it about Instant Pot chicken. And what I would do is go back here. Let's say we want to title it the Instant Pot chicken. What I would do is I would scroll here and take a look at questions people are asking. So how do I cook chicken and potatoes in Instant Pot? How long does it take to cook chicken pot, Instant Pot? We scroll down, and what I would do is grab these keywords. So I would grab these keywords. So what we want to do is we want to have a main keyword, and then we want to have sub keywords. So the main keyword here would be Instant Pot chicken. And then the other ones would be Instant Pot chicken and potatoes and all the rest here. So having these in hand will give you a better idea on how to go about creating your titles and your descriptions so that you can target specific keywords and that you're not like any other YouTuber who is simply making up titles and descriptions just out of your head. So this way you can be strategic and rank effectively. Hello and welcome to video number 4. In this video, we're going to talk about your title and your description. So let's take what you have gathered in the previous video and let me show you how to properly create your titles and descriptions. So when it comes to creating titles and descriptions, we simply need to do what we did in the previous videos, which was the competitive research. And as you can see here, we have the videos 1, 2, and 3, the top number 1, number 2, and number 3. And of course, we have the main keywords. So we have this main keyword here. So that's definitely going to be in the title. And then of course, if you noticed, the target audience was beginners. So essentially what you're noticing here is that people are calling out the audience, and then of course they have the keyword in the title itself. And then of course you want to make sure that title, main keyword, and target audience is also going to be in your description. Now what I like to do is I like to go look at magazines in that niche. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly, in this case, Instant Pot, but it needs to be somewhat of that genre. Now, one thing that I noticed was when we took a look at the Instant Pot chicken, you could write out something like top 6 easiest things. So instead of things, you could say chicken recipes or pot roast recipes to cook in your Instant Pot. Or you could say something like Instant Pot chicken dash top 6 easy recipes, or you could use a number. People like numbers, especially knowing that somebody gets an Instant Pot for the sake of saving time. You could say top 6 easy chicken recipes that take less than 30 minutes. Now, obviously, that's a little bit long, so let's head on over to Google here. So, like I said, I like to use magazines. Magazines do a great job in creating titles. So, as you can see here, I typed in Instant Pot magazine, and to the right, you'll notice that there's Instant Pot all-time recipes. So let's just go ahead and open that in a brand new window, like so. So it looks like we have to pay, but let's just go ahead and click the free sample. So we can see Instant Pot's all-time best recipes. So you could do something like all-time best chicken recipes, or Instant Pot dash all-time best chicken recipes, or all-time best chicken Instant Pot recipes. So obviously here we're not going to copy word for word because that's plagiarism, but we're going to use something different. We're going to tweak it around. What we're looking here is for headlines. So let's go back here. So it says Everyday Instant Pot, 115 delicious, family friendly pressure cooker. So we can say Everyday Instant Pot, 6 delicious family pressure cooker recipes. So Everyday Instant Pot chicken, as long as the word Instant Pot chicken is in there. So we got 66 Instant Pot recipes that put your pressure cooker to work. So we could say something like 6 Instant Pot chicken recipes that take less than 15 minutes. And yes, believe it or not, Instant Pot can literally cook something like a pot roast within less than an hour, or sometimes half an hour. Because it's a pressure cooker, it cooks a lot faster. So that's what I like to do, is I like to take a look at magazines. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Instant Pot in this example. It can be another food magazine. So essentially that's how to create the titles. As far as the description goes, if you take a look at what they've written here, the first one that's ranking really well, as you can see here, we've got Instant Pot 101 for beginners. So you'll notice that they are trying to target the keyword Instant Pot 101 for beginners. So they've stated that in the title, and they've also put it in the description. So it says everything you need to know about how to use the Instant Pot in a beginner Instant Pot recipe. So notice that they use the keyword beginner Instant Pot twice. And then, of course, they got Instant Pot hacks, Instant Pot yogurt. And what they're essentially doing here is they're linking to other related videos. Now, Google's smart enough and YouTube's smart enough to have an algorithm to read the description and think, okay, they've got other videos that they've created that are related to Instant Pot. This video must be good, or this channel must have a lot of relevant information. So we're going to rank it a little bit higher because it's going to give people what they want to see. So now we look down here, it says Instant Pot chicken. So this is the lady who is ranking really high on Instant Pot, but also Instant Pot chicken. So it says cook with me as I try a new recipe with my Instant Pot. So we can see the keyword Instant Pot here. And as you can see, the description is really written for the user, but it contains the keywords that are necessary. So you don't need to write something like Instant Pot chicken or something that's just a bunch of garbled information. You want to make sure that the title and the description attract people first and foremost, and then embed the keywords within. So the third one, we've got top 6 easiest things to cook in your Instant Pot. Perfect for beginners. So it says, today I'm sharing with you the 6 easiest things to cook in your Instant Pot. So you can see here, the title is here, but the title is also in the description. It says, now these are perfect if you are just starting out or even had the Instant Pot for a while. So you can see the keywords that are embedded, but it's really written for the user. And that's the way it should be, because the title and the description will actually show up in the YouTube search engine, as you can see here. So we've got the title, we've got the description. So we want to make sure that the first sentence in your description is catchy as well. Hello and welcome to video number 5. Let's talk about video file optimization. Did you know that all files contain data that tells YouTube what your video could be about? Let me show you. Okay, so the way that YouTube gets an idea of what your video is about is by transcribing it. And for the most part, it can usually figure out what your video is all about if you have voice and speaking in it. Now, you can go one step further by adding what we call video file metadata. It's very similar to a website metadata. So for example, if you right click on any website and you click on View Page Source, up at the top, you're going to see a lot of what we call metadata. So right here, we can see the name, the title, the description, and all that information. So what that does is it tells Google essentially what your website is all about. So very, very similar in this case of what we're doing here. So what we're doing here is we are taking the video file that you have created and embedding it with more information. So besides the title and description, YouTube will be able to read the metadata inside of your video. So it'll make a little bit more sense when I show it to you. Now, it's really hard to find software out there that allows you to embed metadata, except for a few. So one of them is called Video Converter by Wondershare, and that is videoconverter.wondershare.com. That's videoconverter.wondershare.com. So if you go here and you go ahead and download up at the top, you will be able to embed metadata. In fact, we're going to be using that for this particular video. Now, there are other software out there like the Adobe Bridge software, which allows you to embed the metadata into your video. Now, the reason why I'm using Wondershare is because I feel like it's a lot easier to use. So if you go ahead and download this, we're going to open this here. And what I did was I clicked Add Files and I chose the file. Now, there's a lot of things that you can change about the video, but what we're particularly interested in is this I icon right here. So click this I icon or letter I here, and you're going to see that it says name, language, episode name, actors, director, screenwriter, tagline, and description and comments. So what I recommend is you try to complete this as much as you can. So episode name, actors, so that would be whoever is in the video, the director, the screenwriter, which could be you, and then the tagline. What I would do is the tagline be your title, and then the description be your description. So whatever you're going to upload to YouTube, put this as a title and put this as a description. And then for comments, I would put something like keywords. And all you have to do is click save, convert it, and done. That's the reason why we're using Video Converter, because it's just so much easier. With Adobe Bridge, it's easy too, but there's a lot of more options and very easy to get confused. So once you're done with that, you save the video. Your video has the metadata inside of it, and all you have to do is simply upload it to YouTube, and that's it. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 6. Let's talk about your thumbnail and why that is important. You see, since our goal is to get more clicks or more views to your YouTube video, we have to rely on attracting viewers. So if you think about it, the thumbnail is the first thing people see as they are scanning to find what interests them the most. So in other words, if you think about it, if you go to youtube.com and you type in a keyword, you're going to see all the results with thumbnails, the titles, the descriptions, and all of that. So that's the first thing that they see. So let's discuss what your thumbnail should contain and what's working in your market and how to figure that out. So when it comes to having a thumbnail, you want to make sure that it is eye-catching, meaning it shows somebody what they want. So if Instant Pot Chicken is your main keyword, you want to make sure that your thumbnail has something in it that entices them. So it's good to have the keyword or the title in it. So you can see right now the way YouTube works is they have an initial title or an initial thumbnail, and then after that you can see motion. So if I put my mouse over it, you can actually see part of the video, which makes it a lot more engaging. So as we scroll down, the initial thumbnail that this woman uses is the Instant Pot, and then this one here, it says Instant Pot recipes, so Instant Pot. So we can see the ones at the top definitely have the Instant Pot in it, or a word that's chicken, or a picture that has chicken in it. So it fits the keyword. Now, if you're not a professional, thumbnail artist or anything like that, there are different sites that you can use to get these created. Now, bear in mind that you never want to use a thumbnail that is clickbaity or that lies to somebody, because if they click on it and then the video is nothing like the thumbnail, then guess what? You might get tons and tons of clicks and perhaps views, but you're not going to get people watching your video, which is very, very important, which we'll discuss in the future videos. But for now, there are different elements that you need. So what I recommend is you go to a site called creativemarket.com. That's creativemarket.com. There are other sites like graphicriver.net, but over time we've realized Creative Market has a lot of really good designs. So what we can do here is in the search box, we're going to type in YouTube thumbnail. And we're looking specifically for templates that we can use for the thumbnail. So it says YouTube thumbnail pack. Let's go ahead and open that. There's one here. There are end cards, but that's a little bit different. That basically comes at the very end of your video. So we got urban thumbnails, different types of thumbnails. But the reason why I like Creative Market is buying templates for specifically YouTube thumbnails is going to make your life a lot more easier, especially if you can make it professional. The more professional it looks, the more professional your viewers will click through. So if we click on this, we can kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with. And here's more thumbnails here as well. Now, over time, we've realized with YouTube thumbnails, more and more designs are becoming minimalistic, meaning it's not too fancy, but it's got just enough information to tell the person what it is all about. So it could have text, it could have pictures, but you really need to know what your YouTube video is about before you can create your thumbnail. In fact, I recommend that you create your YouTube video first and then you create your thumbnail so that you can make sure that you attract the right person. Now, what we found a little bit of a technique is to create a thumbnail that is related to essentially the end, meaning if you're creating an Instant Pot chicken recipe, you might want to show the chicken already cooked. So essentially what people get if they click through. So that way people think, oh, okay, this looks really nice. I'm going to click through. And they're more likely to actually watch all the way through to the end. And that's what we want. We want people not to just click through, but to watch all the way till the end. And that's actually going to help us with the ranking.